Well, hi guys, hopefully this finds you very well. My name's Paul, this is Plan Zed, and unfortunately I've got a bit of a head cold. But I wanted to do set up a Plexi and also check out what I'm basically dialing in 5 classic amps using 2 notes as my cab sim. I've got Ribbon 121 on the left, SM57 on the right. And one thing, if you've been following, I do need to tell you, is I've taken the EQ off on 2 notes, and when it comes to the power amp, I've just dropped the level of the power amp from 15 to 10, left everything else the same, and then bumped the microphone by 1. So the microphones have both gone up by 1 dB. Alright, so if you've been following how I set up the patches in both GT1000 and 2 notes, that's a little bit for the power amp there. Now, we're going to start off with the Vox and the Tele. We've got some Fender amps along the way. That sounds quite nice. On the neck of the Tele, it's a Fender Player from 2020. Let's go back pickup. This is a low gain diamond amp, which is a Vox style amp. I've just pushing the gain of a low gain. Nice. Let's just hear a medium gain. Let me just have a little look. No, I'll leave it as it is. Let's chuck a treble boost into that. Okay, so while we're in this patch, I'll just let you into what's going on here. So we've got the amps commonly, and then we'll have the 2 notes cab M. Sometimes it's stereo linked, sometimes it's split. But I've got 3 EQ blocks on, and I'm trying a new strategy. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, YouTube's got a change to the app where you can kind of zoom in. So you might want to zoom in on GT1000 here if you want to look at the detail. But I'm taking a slightly different approach to EQing my amps as to before, and I'm preferring the results. Imagine all 3 EQ blocks, and I'm just going to take all of these off. I've put one at the end of the chain, so after the reverbs here. So without reverb. Okay, so that's a medium gain. Gain somewhere probably around 70. Yeah, we've got the sack on full, resonance on 5, the level at 50. Bass on 40, which is low mids, so you don't have a mid control on a Vox, so don't touch that. I'm using the treble and the bass to control the mids. That's what happens on a Vox. So I'm bumping the trebles, so the high mids, and I'm just taking a bit off the low mids, and then the presence is up to 60. Now, let's put on the first EQ. Now, normally I would gain stage this EQ block, but I've not done that. I'm doing the gain stage, trying to use all 3 blocks as if it were one pedal. So in this first block, I'm just going to turn it on. We've got a cut of 250 on a Q of 2 minus 4, and the low cut to 125 is in here. So without. So our level's dropped, but I'm going to compensate for this in the last block. Now the next EQ, I'm not touching any of the levels again, so I'll leave everything flat on the first page. And then here I'm taking out 400 on a Q2 minus 2, and 630 QO2 -3. Let's put that on. Sucked even more of our tone away. Paul, what are you doing, you crazy fool? Well, over here, I'm going to boost the level by 6 to compensate for what I've done down here. And I'm going to put a low and a high shelf in. So this is the EQ that, if you followed my other channel, and I talked you through the EQ, we're doing this to either end of the EQ chain. So the lows are coming up and the highs are coming up, okay? Bringing up the overall level by 6. Taking out 3.15 on a QO2 -3. And then 4K on a QO4 -6. Got my high cut at the moment at 12.5K. So let's put this on and hopefully our level's back. Let's just turn them all off and then put them all on. Okay, it's very subtle, but it's working for me and I really like how that sounds. Okay, so let's come out of here. Now all our patches are more or less set up like that. Let's go to patch 2 of a twin. Just need to change this by hand because 2 Notes neglected to give us MIDI. Okay, so here's my twin. This is the low gain. Yeah, I like how that's sounding. So I'm going to try a Deluxe now, but I'm going to put it through the twin to start with, through the twin cabinets. Now we could, so that's a 212 twin. Up here I've saved a Randall angled 112. Let's see what that sounds like. There's quite a lot of low end in there. So there's some subtle differences here. In the power amp for the twin, actually I'm going to go back to the Vox just to show you that there we're set push-pull EL84 and we're set to triode. Now when we go to the twin, I've got the power amp set in single-ended 6L6, and you'll notice here there's only 2 knobs, and we're in pentoed. Alright. With the Randall, I've set it up a bit like, let's hear the Princeton. So the Princeton is set up with a push-pull 6L6, so the same as the Twin. Oh no, sorry. The Twin, I've done a single-ended 6L6. This is push-pull, so the 3 knobs. We're still in pentode. So this is on the Deluxe in GT1000. We've put a Princeton cab. Now we don't have 6V6 power tubes sim, which is what you would have on a Deluxe. We've got 6L6, so it's going to be different. I'm going to need to look at how I dial this in. But it's nice. That sounds nice with it. I might just have it as a Princeton, you know. Yeah, I really like that. That's quite cool. I quite like that. So then I was like, okay, let's do a Tweed. We can experiment with the Deluxe later. So this is, the Princeton is a 110. Here's my Tweed. Two notes, we've got something called Fat Mama and Fat Papa. Now Fat Papa is 215s and Fat Mama is 410s, but the 215s are modelled on a Bassman and the 410s are actually a bass SVT. And in here we're push-pull, 6L6, pentode. Yeah, nice. Lovely, I like that. So the next one is the 215s, but I've actually set up a separate patches because we don't have presence when I'm dialing this in. Feels better in a medium gain. Need to look at how I'm dialing this in. Back to the 410s. Okay, so now I've got down here, I've set up couple of Marshall cabinets. Now I've done them with EL34 power amp, and what I've done is I've done a copy of the Vox patch, and I'm going to dial in the Plexi. So let's start off with the first patch in the low gain, change it to the Plexi. Now then, just going to watch my levels here. Okay, let's see how we get on here. What did I do? Level of 50. Let's try 40 on this one. Oh, drop my pick. Let's get the bass up. Just putting on everything on 70, except for the presence at the moment, which is on 60. Let's see what happens. So here in the assigns, I'm just going to put that gain on 40, and I'm going to put it on 50 for when I'm pushing it. Bringing the bass up to 80 on both channels. Mids to 70. Treble to 70, presence to 60. And the level is on 50. So let's just see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Now do I want that on 80? Yeah, you've done it that way. So I'm going to just save that like that for the moment. Going to come into this patch, change them to the Plexi, and start out trying the same settings. Let's go into the assigns for the other amp. So actually I could just turn these assigns off once I've got my head around how I want to dial these in, but I'm going to keep them as they are for the moment in case I want to make changes. I'll dial them in differently, okay? So let's just... I do feel like I could have more gain there. Right, what we're going to do is get the Les Paul. And we'll try different cabinets on this because it will sound different with different cabs. Hopefully she's in tune. Okay, so we're in a medium gain. Let's try a different cabinet on that. Let's try, this is the Uber that comes as stock. Let's try a 5150 on that. I've set up the 5150 with 2 12s and 4 12s. So let's try 2 12 first. Haven't set up all the cabs yet. Yeah, that's nice. That's the 212 Eddie Van Halen. This is the 412 Brownie back. I can't lie to you, that feels great in the room already, and I've only spent a couple of minutes on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this video shorter. It's already been over 20 minutes, and I'm going to dial in the other 3 patches, and then I've got my 5 amps to select for the reverb deep dive, and I'll start setting up those patches. Good news is the other GT1000 is fixed and back, so I'm going to start setting up that GT1000 with patches. Well, all those patches in there, those 250 that we're working on the other channel for my tunes, I'm going to have to set them up with what I've learned in these last few sessions here on this channel. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. I did. That sounds lush. I like my new Plexi. I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.